Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome to Juju Knows Best. AKA, if you're ever on my TikTok, Juju Knows All. We're going to be doing an elemental, timeless general reading for the sign of air. We're going to use the sign of air today. I am looking to see if my lights get any better. Ooh, that's super bright over all of you guys. I think I can work with this. This is for our air signs. Like I said before, this is for our air signs. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We're going to be doing a general timeless reading for our air signs. I've already pre-shuffled the deck, but I'll shuffle it a little bit more. This timeless reading is going to be by the Zodiac Tarot. We're going to be using the Zodiac Tarot. And then for a clarification or for a extra additional messages, we're going to be using the Human Spirit Oracle cards. The Human Spirit Oracle cards. Got my selenite crystal here to connect with the masses. If they do not apply, please do not deny. My gifts are just like your gifts if you just open up to them. Now, I do understand that this is a general reading, so if it doesn't pass to you, it is understandable. But if it does speak to someone you know, let them see it. Send, share, and like, you know. Alright, I'm going to shuffle these cards just a little bit more for our air signs, and then we are going to be getting into this reading. It's a 6-card reading, so it shouldn't be too bad. But this is a timeless air sign reading. Timeless air sign reading. This is for the air signs. Spirits, higher angel guides, if you could give me a clear and powerful message for our lovely air signs. This is a timeless general reading for our air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm going to shuffle one more time, and then we are going to cut these cards. 1, a 2, a 3. Sometimes I cut them funky. It's all about what Spirit tells me. Thank you so much. Hey, now. If you ever hear some barking little dogs, it's my lovely little Z-Pack. They're in the background, but they're really good guard dogs, so sometimes they take their jobs too seriously. I'm not the president. I am the queen. Let's go in for our air signs. This is a general timeless reading for our air signs. I've already cut the deck, so we are going to put the 6-card spread out. There is 6-card spread, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In what area of Libra's life are they overthinking? You know, us air signs, we love to talk about, I said Libra, in air signs life. Air signs life. Maybe there's a Libra thing going on. I am a Libra sign, so oopsie. How can this express as a stress in air signs life? How can air sign help themselves relax more? How can air signs bring awareness to the present moment? How can air signs start to prioritize self-care in their life? What should air signs make time for today? What should air signs make time for today? At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. So we're already starting with basic, minor arcana air energy. It also is a sign of Gemini, as you can see right there. And I believe that is Sun in Gemini. Sun in Gemini. This is the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So maybe somebody's going through hardship. Maybe someone is trying to find their way. Maybe you've gone through a battle, or mental or emotional battle, and you are almost through it. But right now you're skewered. And as sadly as that may be, you know, we are survivors, so I think you can survive survive this and see what goes on next. Excuse me. Throat chakra's popping out. Don't mind Doctor Who in the background. You know, I love my sci-fi. For some odd reason, spirits like no music right now. This is the best. All right. Let's see what these 6 cards got for our air signs. Put just at the bottom of the deck so that we can clarify this Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is the Sun in Gemini, so this is the 3rd decade. This is the last week of Gemini. Maybe you'll have, maybe something will happen in the last week of Gemini. Pay attention to that in June, in the middle or the beginning of June. That being said, Ten of Swords cards falls in the 3rd decade of Gemini, the period ending of June 21st. The summer solstice and the festival of the sun. Here is the Ten of Swords. We see a pierced by 10 blades lying on the ground. This doesn't seem to have much to do with sparkling energy of Gemini or the sun, but the associated attributed by the golden dawn is perfect for this card. A cycle has ended, and we must have the ability to clarify we must have the ability and clarity to celebrate a new dawn. The sun in Gemini does just that. It tells you to let go of the old and let the light in, the lightness of the new beginning. Keyword: end of cycle, conclusion. Maybe you're ending a cycle, maybe a cycle's coming up for whenever you're watching or reading this, listening to this reading. That being said, if it is something that you need to let go of or a burden that you have went through, it's almost over. And it may be over right at the end of Gemini, or maybe at the beginning of Gemini season. There may be a new start. What I love about Gemini is they are the twin energy. Just like a Libra, you have a good duality of the light and dark. Sometimes the good twin and the bad twin, but also Aquariuses have the ability to do so as well. That being said, sometimes letting go of things is always necessary, and always going to be good, because beginnings will be coming afterwards. Thank you, and let's go to the next one. First card, King of Wands. We've got a fire energy. This is Sagittarius, Leo, or in Aries. This is Sagittarius, Leo, or in Aries. This is how we can manifest. This is how this stress is manifesting in our life. This is how the stress is manifesting in our lives. This is what we're overthinking in life. This is the area of what we're overthinking in life. This is the first card. I threw myself off with that Ten of Swords. So the first card is a person. It looks like you're overthinking a person. Fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo. Maybe there's some fiery energy that you're overlooking on yourselves. And you're just not generating that heat. Maybe there's a person that can aid you in getting over the endings and getting into new beginnings, and that is that Aries energy. Maybe, or that Leo energy, or that Sagittarius energy, whatever fire energy you are connected to. This is also Earth of Fire. So this is the Earth. All kings generate Earth. They give you that earthy, material, stable energy. Here, we find the true leader of the wand suit, the king. His fire energy, that of creation and transformation, is rooted in the earth element. He is honest, capable of leading others and reaching common goals, and possesses great charisma. His courage and actions are more cautious than those of the Knight of Wands. He is more similar to the Queen, since the king is also perfectly manages his great personal power and makes it available to the community, thanks to his inclinations for leadership. When we find ourselves next to a person like this, we feel stronger and more capable. His energy is radiant, intense, and like a constantly stoked fire, warms the long winter nights. Keywords: leadership, charisma, ability to lead. We are in Aries season, so to the Aries out there, this is fiery energy at this time. This is spring up time, so maybe there's someone coming in your fiery energy. Maybe their spring or the King of Wands energy is allowing you or making you feel like you can talk to a fire sign of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Also, since this is Earth of Fire, you could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, or maybe you are a Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You're listening on this air sign reading. So, or maybe you have a friend that is an Earth sign that needs an air sign that needs to hear your earth sign fiery energy as well. Maybe you just need to talk to that person, air sign, if you're overthinking them. Yeah, when you're overthinking something, you're like, oh shit, this may be real. Next thing, how is the stress manifesting in the air sign? How is the stress manifesting in the air sign? We got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles. This talks about community. This talks about working together for a common goal and a common good. This is the also sign of Capricorn, which is very funny, Capricorn, because I just talked about an earthly energy coming from the King of Wands. And that Three of Pentacles is the energy of Mars in Capricorn. So this is like that second week in Capricorn, that beginning of January, New Year's type of energy, Capricorn birthday. The Three of Pentacles has within the energy of construction and the realization of a project, and the ability to maintain the right focus over time to accomplish what we have set out to do. Here, Mars, planet of action and timeliness, matches Capricorn's tendency to work in an orderly and determined and tenacious manner. In this card, we have all the tools to continue the project that is proposed to us in the Ace of Pentacles. Avoiding wasted energy, the card can also refer to teamwork, a group effort in which everyone collaborates with their skills to achieve a final result. Teamwork, focus, concentration, and working towards a common project is these keywords of this Three of Pentacles. So maybe you're working together with somebody, maybe you're in a group and it's causing stress, so it's hard for you to understand and hard for you to grasp why you're getting stressed out, because when you are an air sign and you're trying to be in that collaboration, sometimes your ideas and communication is not always heard, or maybe it's heard too much and you could be a little annoying. Or you could be like this person. You see how there's two people working kind of pretty diligently with themselves, and then all of a sudden Kukula Mukula over here in the corner is looking at the work that they've already done and what they can improve on, it looks like, or just gazing at the stars. Third is, how can air signs make themselves relax more? Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. This is about giving. This is about balance as well, though. There is Libra's scales, so this also gives you a little bit of Libra energy. Taurus. This is the sign of Taurus in the moon. Moon usually causes emotions. Taurus is about the stability. It is the first earth sign of the season, of the zodiacal season. All right. This also, like I said before, talks about balance and how things can be given and taken away. So maybe you need to give more, maybe you need to take more, maybe you just need to find balance. Maybe that's what it's asking you to do, is relax. The way to relax more is just to relax and see how things balance out, to find a way to make yourself give a little bit more material emotion than it does always having to have the answer right then and there. I know how air signs can be. I am an air sign. The Six of Pentacles is related to the moon in Taurus. The moon is connected to emotions, intuition, and the most inner and sensitive part of the individual, where Taurus is expressive of material security, stability, and rooted in here and now. Taurus and the moon speak of generosity and the ability to give and to share resources. In fact, the response of Taurus to their needs is slower and less reactive than of the Aries, the sign that precedes it. It is linked to listening to their emotional side / intuition. This card also speaks of possibilities of receiving. How many times have we had a need, but we have not taken what we deserved? And how many times have we given too much to the point of draining our resources? The Six of Pentacles. So let's read a little bit more about this Six of Pentacles to learn exactly what kind of balance and generosity you're seeking, or what kind of balance you need in your life. This is the moon in Taurus. Like I said before. This is the moon in Taurus, so that means that the Six of Pentacles is related to the moon in Taurus. The moon is connected to the emotions, the intuition, the most inner and sensitive parts of our individual, where for a Taurus is to express of material security, stability, rooted in here and now. Taurus and the moon speak of generosity, the ability to give and to share resources. In fact, the response of Taurus is to their needs is slower, less reactive than of the Aries, the sign that precedes it, and is linked to listening to their emotional side / intuition. This card also speaks of possibility of receiving. However, how many times have we had a need, but we have not taken what we deserved? And how many times have we given too much to the point of draining our resources? The Six of Pentacles asks us to understand whether in this moment we are the takers or the givers. Keywords: generosity, exchange, need, and the ability to receive. In the this also, like I said, shows balance of kind of Libra energy as well, which is funny because this is an air sign reading. The next card we have is, how do we bring this into awareness, or how can we bring air signs into awareness in the present moment? Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. It's the Four of Wands, another fiery energy. It's very funny because this is the planet Venus and the sign of Aries. Venus is the ruler of Taurus and Libra, which is funny because we do have opposites attract here, as you have this light and dark. You see the Aries guy, it looks like trying to court an airy figure or a light figure, which is very beautiful. Aries are about daring, challenge, and going for what needs to be gone for. You know, they have passion. That being said, this is Venus in Aries. We stand before you in the solar card to figure out and celebrate in bright, warm, and welcoming space. The Four of Wands finds grace and celebration. Here, the Empress and the Emperor, Venus and Mars, meet. In fact, this position is Venus is in exile, which means opposite to one another. She doesn't feel entirely comfortable in the active and warrior-like energy of Mars and the sign of Aries. The Four of Wands evokes this balance. When polar opposites meet, they create a stability worth celebrating, and the card is related to celebrations, meetings, and plans that see the light. Keywords: stability, celebrations, encounter of opposites. So this is this opposites attract energy. Maybe you're getting an opposites attract energy from a specific person or being that is of that Aries or Sagittarius or Leo nature, fiery nature. Maybe it's asking you to find more balance and to be more balance of opposites attract. How can I start to prioritize self-care? How can air signs start to prioritize self-care? Eight of Cups. Very funny. Eight of Cups. It popped out in reverse before, so maybe things aren't moving as fast as you want them to. You want them to move a little bit faster. The Eight of Cups is also a very wanting card, also a walk away card, kind of like the Chariot, kind of moving on forward. This is the sign of Pisces and the sign, the planet of Saturn, it looks like. Saturn and Pisces. In this card, Pisces, which is the expanding of emotions, meets Saturn, the master of time and limits. We see a figure walking away, leaving 8 cups in a familiar place before heading towards another place that is unknown and wild. The card tells us of the time in which our emotions have reached a stagnant phase in which all we can do is escape. It invites us to abandon old behaviors and leave our certainties behind because of before you can no longer because of what was before you can no longer. It is time for transformation, to close a cycle and begin a new journey. As the number card suggests, 8 is infinity, which is endings and beginnings. Keywords: leaving certainty behind, exploration, entering the unknown territory. I also got going into the unknown song from Disney, so into the unknown. Next we have, last but not least, that was that self-care. So maybe self-care is about walking away, moving on, finding something that is new and that will help you get to the next place or want to find that new evolution. This could be a job, a person, or a place or a thing. Lastly but not leastly, what is the message for the time for air signs? What is the message that we need for the time of air signs? The Page of Wands. Ooh, it's the Messenger of Wands. It's fiery nature once again. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So you got some fire in your energy today, honey. There's a lot of fire coming through. It is fiery Aries season, so maybe that's also something that you have. But maybe there's an fiery element trying to give you a message as well. Air of Fire. The Page of Wands embodies the spirit of air and the energy of fire. He is fresh and new and likes inspiration and curiosity. He is ready to embark on new adventure. He holds a wand that is the Ace of Wands. He can dare to say yes to the unknown, stand before life as a child would, with enthusiasm and purity of heart. The Page of Wands has no fear. He has transformed into vitality and creativity ability. He represents a new project, a journey, something unexpected to embrace without fear, trusting the exploration and living spirit that characterizes the suit of wands. It is time to follow what inspires us. Keywords: exploration, enthusiasm, spontaneity. Very funny because wasn't there exploration inside the 8 of Cups as well? So maybe you're trying to venture off into something new, something bigger, something more expansive. And that's why when you're watching this reading, that's why it matters. Hey, I'm still doing a reading. If you ever hear more yapping, it's because, like I said, my little pack of pups. I got Zero, Zoro, Xena, Zed, and Zeus, a 5-pack. We are going to do the human spirit clarification now. Human spirit clarification. I just need 4 cards. I feel like 4 cards for the sign of air. 4 cards for the sign of air. That was kind of a rough. 4 cards for the sign of air. 4 cards for the sign of air, please and thank you. Cut the deck. Give me clear and balanced messages for our air signs. Clear and balanced messages for our air signs. Bow. Butterfly effect. Know what comes around goes around. Remember, when messing with time and space, sometimes you can be it can be a little bit dangerous. Spill the tea. Who's trying to spill the tea? What if you're trying not to spill the tea and trying to be too much of a perfectionist? Be careful with that. Forever young. Stay youthful, stay happy. Life and death are both intertwined. Last but not least, communicate with nature. Go out to nature, see nature. Use esoteric skills if you have any as well. This is the air sign reading. Hey there, hi there, and ho there. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and share to Juju Knows Best. Go out and communicate. Like I said before, go out and communicate with nature. Try to stay forever young. Spilling the tea and a butterfly effect is all that you can really pay attention to in this timeless reading. At the bottom of the deck, we do have broken open. Looks like the Mona Lisa's right there. Broken open. It looks like the Mona Lisa got broken open. It looks like her heart is broken open as well. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, that was number 12. Let's learn a little bit more about these cards before we biggie on out of here. Sorry if I almost ended that little video short, but I totally forgot to give you guys more definitions, not just my actual intuition definitions. So the butterfly effect. What do you do today can linger in tomorrow's, and perhaps someone else's tomorrows as well. When someone says something negative to you, carry it through your day, and then pass the ick onto something else. This is why it is important to think before you act. Remember, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, just like I tried to end the video a little bit short. Let's do a quick analogy. Someone far away wakes up in the morning and steps on a tack. That puts them in a bloody foul mood. So maybe they get rude with the spouse or a partner, setting the tone for the rest of their day. Their partner then goes out into the world to work. They now ruffle those feathers spreading that same poo-poo attitude onto a fellow coworker. The coworker did nothing wrong and has been making a product that is important to something of safety that will be sold all over the world, but instead of quality control, they are blindly doing the job while venting to a coworker. This gizmo then gets packed and shipped with all of the other gizmos somewhere halfway across the world. Someone buys it, uses it for well, you see where it goes and continues to go. Long story short, too late. Haha. Are you spreading the poop? Basically, someone buys it and uses it for ... Well, you'll see where it goes and continues to go. Long story short, too little, too late. Ha ha ha. You are spreading the poop, are you not? That's unfortunate because the poo-filled wings just splattered into someone else's day. Stop and consider the consequences of others' actions. Like I said before, what comes around goes around with this butterfly effect. If you ever seen the movie Butterfly Effect, Ashton Kutcher tried his damnedest and hardest to get everything right, but the best thing he could do was leave her be. And sometimes that's what you gotta do. Maybe there's something that you have to pull yourself out of time in. Maybe there's a cycle that you're stuck in and you just gotta get away. This is also for air signs, ascending, rising moon signs, sun sign, and Venus sign, and air signs. So if it applies to you, let the message sink through. Spill the tea. We love a good tea party. Whoops. Your tea has been spilled by another. Secrets and rumors have a way of flowing out like Georgia's sweet tea. Hot or ice, they grow stronger and they brew. Now it is time to get ahead of it and accept it and move on. Even a tea party has to end. If you know your own truth, then it really doesn't matter what manure is spread on your proverbial lawn. Take this as a teaching moment to grow rather than to simmer and rethink your circles of friends, quote unquote. Ooh, so hey, friends been spilling the tea. Tell her what it be. You gotta be real. You gotta be still. Forever young. Good old days when they would go door to door and peddle youth in the form of makeup. Oh, of course you don't remember that you are so youthful. What we do to stay ever youthful and perky. There are gels, there's creams, there's surgeries, there's pills, there's fat freezing, etc., etc. Take a day from the 2-hour beauty routine and put a retinyl septum away, and put your rectal septum away just for the day. It's your spirit, the joy, the light flows effortlessly through you and keeps forever young. For instance, when you have been happy and then people tell you that you are radiant and glowing, you never have any time to share your glow with others if you're stuck behind a facial mask. and to our beauty regimen. I mean, there is a reason why we do grooming in in a place we call the vanity. You know, vanity issues, vanity energy. Let's try not to hold on to vanity. Okay. Last but not last but not least, commune with nature. Last but not least, we have the commune with nature. Go out with nature and allow nature to be your guide. Last but not least, we get allow nature to be your guide. Go out to nature, allow nature to be your friend. You know, sometimes being an air sign, we always talk about getting that fresh air. A lot of people always talk about, I need some fresh air. That is always the phrase when we're in that stressful moment. Sometimes you need to go out into nature and really generate and absorb that fresh air. Maybe you need to do some third eye work in nature as well. You see a person's got their books. It looks like they're doing some nature. Nature's going to be learning, teaching them. At the bottom of the deck, we have broken open. We have broken open. You must have cracks to let the light shine through. You have been through something that tore you into pieces, that broke you down to nothing, right? When we break, it makes space for growth. Like a dense forest, there can be no sun for new growth. But when one tree falls or breaks, it allows the warming sun to penetrate the canopy and feed the roots. You've been through enough. It is time for you to feed your roots and step into the sun. Remember that sometimes you must tear something down to rebuild a better home. The same is true for us. If we have been through a life-shattering event, do not get stuck in the ruins of what was. Instead, build a fabulous new dwelling. Never underestimate the curb appeal of your renovated new home. This can also talk about renovating a new home. Maybe you're going into a new home. Maybe your dwelling space has changed and you don't know where you exactly lie in there, but you do have a space where you can dwell. Now, air signs, this is the end of your reading. Absorb all this information that you can. If ever need be, you can always ask me for a private reading. This is Juju Knows Best. You can also check out TikTok's Juju Knows All. Thank you so much again, and have a blessed moment.